is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, Sheth is just playing an extremely amazing play. The only person we've seen take him down is Todd. And other than that, Sheth can't seem to lose no matter what. But now he's on the brink. Sheth is already through to the next round, and this is NaNiwa's hope. If he wins this, there's a slim chance that he will be able to advance through those brackets.
That's right. That's right. It all comes down to Todd versus Cloud, quite frankly. No, Stefano versus Cloud.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get word on the result of that matchup, we will let you guys know. If Cloud beats Stefano, NaNiwa cannot advance. But if he loses there and NaNiwa wins here, his tournament life will go on.
Ooh, these positions bode well for NaNiwa. In the right position. We have the friendliest man in esports who is now slowly becoming one of the strongest Zergs in esports. It is Liquid Sheth.
And his opponent up at the 12 o'clock position just won a nail-biting game on Shakur's Plateau. And as we've been saying, he is fighting for his tournament life. Cannot lose here if he wants to come back tomorrow. It is NaNiwa.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now, what surprises me is less that he's early expanding and more that he's willing to early expand on Metalopolis and not on Daybreak, their first map match.
Yeah, I agree. And I will compound that by saying he's going to early expand against Sheth, a guy that we know loves speedling aggression early on, who loves to try to run past, who loves to try to punish overextension, if you will, and an overextension is kind of how I would define a Forge expand on Metalopolis.
Now it looks like Sheth just very calmly building up a good amount of drones at the start of the game, nothing too out of the ordinary. NaNiwa sort of slipping around in the main base, just wants to get a good sense of when that pool ends up going down. I would very much so expect Sheth to not get his gas, but again we see him planting it down. I mean, he even does see the early expand going on, so that might have been the response he wanted.
Yes, indeed. 15 pool, 14 gas for Sheth. NaNiwa going ahead and throwing down that Forge before Nexus. I think given the pool timing, he could have gotten away with Nexus first, but he's just going to try to be very, very safe, as this is an incredibly important game for him.
There's the Forge. I always love this nice placement by NaNiwa. I do think he'll begin building more buildings at the back side, helping to wall them off. Oh, guys, there's a player signing. Right now, starting at the Twitch Player Lounge. So rather than communicate it, I'll just allow everyone to read that.
That's right. If you want to go get some autographs, that's happening at the Twitch TV Lounge somewhere here at Dreamhack. I get lost every time I leave the Dream Arena.
It's in Hall C for any of you who have yourself a map. But for the record, Mr. Bitter and I will be there at 10 a.m. tomorrow, so you should come by and give us high fives.
I love high fives. They are one of my favorites.
Now, we did see Todd withstand an early all-in from Sheth by building a pylon up on the high ground, and it's suddenly making me rethink things like this second pylon placement from NaNiwa.
Yeah. One thing that Todd did very, very well was he calculated every building placement. Every pylon was in a very, very important spot. NaNiwa not giving the same foresight to having the pylon up on his ramp, but he's got this pylon down here in his natural is placed so far back that I think maybe he could just kind of cannon behind it and be okay in the case of some sort of a roach bust. We do see the roach warren going down for Sheth.
Ooh, Sheth. Looks like he might have the same plan in mind that we saw in his series against Stefano. Very late Zergling speed from Sheth. There he is going back to mining the gas.
Yeah,
this hatch should be canceled very shortly.
I think almost certainly we're going to see some kind of a roach bust. Will he cancel? He's going to let the hatch finish, which it doesn't surprise me too much. This is kind of a Sheth build, and it transitions a little bit better than if you were to just all in with the roaches off of a single base. So he's going to have maybe 5-6 roaches popping out here from his main as soon as this larva inject pops off. And the way Sheth likes to do his roach play is he will deny the scout. Deny the scout, and he does. He does. That's a big deal. Now this is even more important because NaNiwa scouted a completed hatchery. He is not going to be expecting a bunch of roaches to come pounding down his front door.
And look at this, Sheth having the perfect economy time. He has a few more drones. He has 14 up right now.
Wow.
And there's the Stargate from NaNiwa.
Awesome.
This is going to be really, really tough for Sheth to deal with.
Now, as Sheth applies this pressure, I do expect him to go back to droning. I find it quite seldom that he goes completely all in. He's going to follow this up with quite a few lings, but will he drone at all? I don't know.
Ooh, looks like those cannons from NaNiwa will deflect the Lings, but the real problem is the Roaches that are going to be swinging in real soon here. Stargate's only about halfway done, and this probe seems to have just now spotted all the Roaches, and here comes Liquid Sheth. Will he be able to bust down the front door in time?
Which way is he going to go with it? It looks like he's being a little bit indecisive. He really needs to get on his horse, Day 9. The Stargate is finishing up, and a Void Ray is going to be very, very close behind it.
And here comes all the Roaches swinging into the front side. There is the force field. It's not really going to do too much as the Roaches are in range of the cannons. We have 3 Roaches from below, 4 Roaches from above. There goes down another cannon. Chrono Boosted Void Ray popping out right now, and I do think NaNiwa is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, the cannons have fallen. Roaches and Speedlings at the front. Void Ray about halfway done. Does Sheth have enough to kill this Nexus? Sheth hasn't built a single drone, following this up with 18 more Speedlings. This is all or nothing for our Zerg player.
Oh, the Speedlings are going to be the real key for him right now. We do see that another sentry trying to get Chrono Boosted out. No Warp Gate has been started yet, and there's the Void Ray. He needs to target fire these weakened Roaches. He's managing to pick them off so nicely. Look at this 4-kill sentry, a complete hero, but here comes the Lings. He needs to keep that sentry alive for just a few seconds longer so we can get the 50 energy that it needs. And he manages to let it up the ramp, but there is the second essential sentry. And amazingly, though Sheth is not going to be able to win with this push, there is absolutely no clarity as to who's ahead right now.
Yeah, 14 drones for Sheth, 25 workers for NaNiwa, but Sheth is still streaming in with more and more Zerglings. A nice force field there by NaNiwa. And I feel like Sheth's aggression has been thwarted.
And there's the good game. Sheth commits to the all-in.